ready to skip, but it's gonna be like a 3-minute video of me talking about if I was in My Hero Academia real quick. This is just gonna be part 1. So, my dude's quirk is gonna be called Clones. He's gonna be just like twice his quirk, except it's much different. Oh, it's like Naruto Shadow Clones. But he doesn't put up the hand sign, he just puts up a finger. He just puts up 2 fingers, and then his limit for UA right then and there is probably going to be about 20. His limit of cleanses is probably going to be about 20, but he's going to have an interesting backstory. He's going to help Izuku when Bakugo's beating him up, going to the same school as Izuku until the final day of middle school. Izuku says, "Christian, where are you going for high school?" He says, "UI High." Midoriya says, "I want to go too." Christian says, "Sadly, on the day where we get to UA, I have to go out on a trip for 1 week. So I'll be missing the first week of UA." Deku would of course get one for all, go to UA until, I'm gonna say a week later, was the USJ arc. So when Ida runs back to the school to get help, Christian is just checking in. Since he did take the entrance exam before everyone else, he had his own private entrance exam. And he was already based off a recommendation. So with this, he absolutely was ready. Also, I think the recommendation kids had a different test, because we didn't see Bakugo, Todoroki, Momo, or I think Tenya Ida that entire exam. We didn't see them at all in the practical. So I think they were in a different type of exam, because where were they that entire time? We might have saw Bakugo. Oh no, we did see Bakugo. I don't think Bakugo was off a recommendation though. I think Todoroki and Momo were, and Ida. I think those are the 3. That's probably who would probably be the big 3. Not gonna lie, that they'd make a perfect big 3. Todoroki being Tamaki Yamajiki, Ida being Mirio Togata, and Momo being thing. Maybe that's why they're called the big 3. They were all, the 3 of them were recommended to UA. Whatever. So when Ida arrives, he says Ida's looking for pros. All Might would arrive, of course. There'd still be a wave of villains that are attacking All Might while he's fighting the Nomu. Ida says, "I need a pros." Christian walks up behind Ida and taps him on the back, saying, "Do you know where Class 1A is?" He goes, "They're in the USJ getting attacked right now." "Why?" He says, "Because I'm in that class. I just got in from a trip 1 hour ago, so I'm here to check in and go to class. So I'll come to help." He says, "No, it's too dangerous." He says, "Too bad, I'm coming along. Just give me a quick pointer where they are." He says, "Fine," as he gives Christian a quick pointer, as Christian runs over there, going as he sees All Might almost being defeated, since there's tons of villains there. Tomura Shigaraki. When the door busts open, it's Christian going, "Ah!" Midoriya doesn't recognize him at first. He says, "What the?" He yells, "Four Eyes, you only brought him?" Bakugo yells that. He says, "Calm down, Bakugo, we have others. It's not just him." Christian puts up 2 fingers in the sky and 20 versions of him appear, going tsk. Midoriya says, "I remember that quirk." He says, "Let's go gangbang clones!" As the clones just start beating the crap out of all of the mock gang villains, going, "Ah!" And they're all wielding wielding nice swords, which they kill all the villains, slice up all the villains, going, "Ah, ah, ah." As he's not even trying. All the clones are literally just bodying them all, until they finally get to the Nomu. Then he says, "Clone torpedo slash!" As his clone grabs his leg and spins him around at full velocity and throws him as he goes with the sword and cuts him in half. As he cuts him in half. You know what I mean, like cuts him in half. Along with his clone quirk, he also has like a wind quirk, which means like he can manipulate wind. He can use like the Windstar Gale Palm in My Hero Academia. He can create like windstorms with his clones. That's basically what he can do. Okay, guys, that's basically it. All they did was beat up the villains, and that's it for now.